Well, this is terrifying.
We built glasses that let you identify anybody on the street.
To use it, you just put the glasses on, then as you walk by people, the glasses will detect when somebody's face is in frame. This photo is used to analyze them, and after a few seconds, their personal information pops up on your phone.
It's ridiculously impressive, but is this a real concern or just a pretty darn cool demo? Let's find out.
Cambridge Community Foundation. Oh, hi, ma'am. Wait, are you Betsy?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I think I met you through like the Cambridge Community Foundation, right? Yeah.
The system was developed by students from Harvard who took a live camera feed and used a program to identify if there was any faces in the feed. The program then grabbed those faces and used various websites to try identify who the person was, including their names, their address, and other personal details. They do say that any camera could have been used and it didn't need to be smart glasses. And guess what? We all carry great cameras with us on our phones. So could we use this tech and get information about people? Let's see what happens. Alright, going through my camera roll, here I've got an image. I'm going to open that up and then I'm going to use the Google Lens to do my searches. And let's see what it pulls up. Let's scroll that up, and there's Tommy in it, a couple of different shots of Tommy, so we know it's got the correct person. So that worked right off the bat. If I zoom in onto his face, let's just see if I want to make sure that that's him. Let's do that, and it says, results for people are limited. Try searching for a larger area. All right, here's another picture from that very same event. And this should be Neil Mohan, and let's see if that pops up. Yes, it does. It's Neil Mohan, who is YouTube's CEO, and it managed to find him. Now, what happens if we try isolate just Neil? Let's just do that, see what that comes up. Yeah, it kind of picks him up, but look at this. Now it starts to get a little bit confused with other people. This is not all of Neil. So now it starts to get a little bit iffier. Well, that worked really well, but to be fair, these are well-known individuals at a YouTube event I attended. Would this work on two random people who happen to be walking by? Alright, well, that's the first picture. Let's use Google Lens again, and the first thing that it tries to do is identify the outfit that this lady happens to be wearing. And it does a pretty okay job looking for the right patterns and tell me where I can buy it. What else can he do? Well, let's go see if we can try to find out who she is. We're going to just zoom straight onto the face, and it says no go. Results for people are limited. Picture number 2, let's use Google Lens and see what we can find from her. And it didn't find the outfit, but now it kind of tries to marry something that looks similar across TikTok, YouTube, there's some Instagram in here, but it doesn't actually find who this person is. They are all of very, very different people. So that did not work. Let's see if we can try find and zoom in just on the face. And once again, no result for selected area. Very different situation. It found matching outfits that we could buy, but when it comes to finding people who are not well known, the search engine is highly ineffective. Google even says that the results for people are limited. Okay, so what if we snapped a photo with our phone? Could we then use a different way to try find these people online? Alright, let's drag the first picture in onto Bing Image Search, and we can see, well, ta-da, it just brought up results of Tommy in it all over the place, so we got confirmation that it's actually him. Alright, let's fire up Neil Mohan's picture from the Made on YouTube event, and now it's a very different set of results. There is actually one here that refers to the event. Let's see if we scroll further down if there's any more. Yep, there's another one of the Made on, another one there, but it doesn't actually give me who that person is. So let's use the visual search, and what we're going to do is we're going to focus on Neil's face, and let's see what that does. Now let's see what the results are going to be like. And wow, now they're all over the place. Yeah, this is pretty bad, I would have to say. Let's now do with our random strangers and see what we get from here. Well, here we get an outfit to buy, but not even the right outfit. And if we use the visual search, can we get the face and see what that does? Nope, no go. Can't find this particular image. All right, and then the last picture, and this one, the results are not even close. Well, pretty much the same results, with Bing not doing nearly as good of a job as Google did. Maybe the strict laws in the US are preventing us from getting results. So let's try something else. How about a service out of Russia? Well, this is Yandex and their image searching. And if I drop Tommy into it, it kind of confuses him with Ed Sheeran. That's super, super weird. There's a couple of pictures of Tommy, but Ed seems to be all over the place. Let's see how strict they are when you try to zoom on a face only. Well, they don't seem to have a problem with that. And there we go. It identified the right person, and we finally got confirmation. So it's time to bring in Mr. Neil Mohan again. And there we go. And it brought up a bunch of results. I don't know what to make of them, but it does say made on YouTube at the top with the text, which it obviously got from the image. If we zoom on his face itself, okay, a couple of images of Neil, but then a couple of absolutely not Neil pictures as well. But it does say Neil Mohan at the top. So yeah, it's getting something. Now, what about our randoms? So here's our random number one. It gives me the outfits. It's a bit of a closer match than Bing did. And what about finding who this person is? Let's see what that does. Aha, we got someone who then maybe matched the description. I don't read Russian, so let's take that. Let's drop it into translate. And now we've got a Russian political figure. Yeah, I highly, highly doubt that this is the same person. They don't even look the same. The second image, let's try that. Kind of brings up some similar looking shots. Let's just zoom in on the face and see what that one does. And, okay, I got something. I don't speak this again, so back into Google Translate we go. And this is the press secretary for the president of Ukraine. Yeah, I don't think so. And once again, that failed miserably, even with a much more relaxed view on finding faces. So how do the Harvard guys find people?
We use AI to detect when we're looking at someone's face.
This site is called PimEyes, which is a face search engine. So let's use that and see if we have better luck. Let's start with good old Neil again, just to make sure that this thing works. And there's Neil's face, and we're going to click on search. This should bring up lots of results if this works, and it certainly does. That's Neil's profile all over the place here. Okay, so we know that this actually works. But what about those two random people? This is the big test. Let's drop the first random person into here and see what that one does. And remember, this is the same system that the Harvard guys used. And let's click on Start Search. What are we going to get? So it does a little counter thing, and wow. All right, well, a whole bunch of results, but they are not the same person. The facial features don't match. The glasses is probably what's throwing this thing off. What about the second person who's not wearing glasses? Fine, let's see, find her face, and let's see what that does. Yeah, that's not even in the ballpark. No go. So, what does all this mean? Are we screwed with this technology or not? Well, let me be clear and say that the Meta Smart Glasses demo is super impressive. No question about that. It showed what could happen if, and this is a big one, if it got the information correct. You see, in order to get the person's name and then their home address and phone number and everything else that they got, the first step was to get the system to find out who they are from the image. If it got that wrong, then the rest would be useless. Which begs the question is, how many times did they try and it didn't work? They do hint to that in the video.
Oh, okay. But are you Sarah Chan?
No.
It would have been really useful if they could tell that, say, out of 100 people, one person was correctly identified, which is vastly different than, say, 90 people were correctly identified. As you saw, when I tried to look up people across various search engines, including the one that they used, it didn't find them at all. But I guess the bottom line is that we're not too far away from having a system that will be more accurate, and it would be able to do so because of the sheer volume of information that we have about us out there. This is from stuff that we post online, from government open systems such as voter registration systems, and of course the bazillion of data brokers that are out there. Whilst we can't really get our information removed from most government websites, what we can do, and something that I keep going on about, is getting our information removed from those data broker websites. If your info isn't there, this kind of tech stops. I use Delete Me, which automatically removes your information from these data broker sites who are today's sponsor. The way Delete Me works is that once you set up the system, they find your information across many data broker websites and get it removed on your behalf, so that these kind of AI systems cannot automatically scrape your information if there is nothing to scrape. You also get a report that shows how many data broker websites have been removed and how many are in progress of being removed. And yes, of course, you can do this manually and get it removed. Just go over to all these websites and find the removal request links and begin the process of getting your information removed. Just remember to keep checking back in again, as these data brokers tend to buy more data in bulk, and then your information just pops back in there again. So head over to joindeleteme.com/Liron20 and get 20% off your subscription. And we've already seen how scammers are using AI to clone your voice. Now that is ridiculously scary, and you can watch that video right over here where I show you exactly how they do that. But before you head out, don't forget to give the video a quick thumbs up, and I'll see you in this video. Let's go.